Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while. I've waited until there's no cars. Well, I know cars are going to come in this because I live in the heart of London. You're probably going to hear like people in their other gardens, just to let you know. But yeah, I wanted to do one outside because the lighting's like bomb and I've had a really nice day and I don't know, I just wanted to do it outside. But this video is going to be about moon signs and your moon sign and what that means. The moon represents like what you are inside, who you are at home. You know when you get to know someone and their true colours come out, that is like their moon sign. So I feel like with moon signs, I usually feel like you see them after a certain amount of time you spend with them, or when they're drunk it can come out, because like all your inhibitions go away, so your true feelings show when you're drunk. So I'm going to start with all the fire signs. So if you have moon in Aries, sometimes you can be like a mummy's boy, and there's this or like a mummy's girl. You just need your mum. That can be really important to you. And very naive with their emotions, and oh my gosh, I don't know if this was a good idea to do outside. They can be very naive with their emotions, and their emotions come to them quick, and they can go as quickly as they come, but it can be very intense because they're the children of the zodiac. So imagine a child's emotions, like comes very quick and also go very easily. They're very helpful and playful. Jesus Christ. The only thing to watch out is they can be very impulsive and kind of just do however they're feeling in that moment of time. And they can sometimes say things that they don't really mean, but they might mean in that moment, but they don't really mean like in the whole big scheme of things. And you've got Leo moon. So Leo moons, best friend has this, another one of my friends had this as well. I seem to attract it in my life. My niece has this. They are drama queens, so their emotions are very dramatic and they want to be adored, they want to be loved, but they will give a lot back, so they will adore and love you back, and they're very loyal people. Whoever gets close to them, they will stick by them. Feel quite entitled as well, in like the nicest way possible. They feel like their emotions matter, you know. They're not one to hide their emotions, which is good, you know. It's good to be expressive. Then you've got Sagittarius moons. Sagittarius moons are like, when they're out of sync, they just go party. They love to have a good time, even when they're in sync with their emotions. But they can go, when it can go bad, it can go the other way, and they just party too much. These people are like adventurous at heart. They want to travel, they want to experience things, they want knowledge, and their emotions can kind of be intellectualized a little bit, and they can be a little bit too philosophical with their emotions instead of just feeling it. But they can be also quite dogmatic with their emotions and very intense, and sort of be like, this is my emotion, I don't care what you think, like I'm feeling fucked off. And they can be very ruthless with, if they're feeling upset, they will like speak the truth, because Sagittarius speaks the truth. Move on to earth signs. If you have Taurus moon, it's actually exalted in Taurus, so the moon feels really, really comfortable in Taurus, and that means your emotions are quite stable, and let's say you're feeling sad, you'll feel sad for a while and then you'll dip up. It won't be like sad, happy, sad, happy, sad, happy. It'll be like, okay, they just take a lot of time to process their emotions, which is better because there are no kind of emotions are unresolved, but they can be very stubborn with how they feel as well. They can get themselves into a little rut. Also, money for them will be a sense of emotional, how do you say it? Just money for them will make them feel stable or not. So if they need to have money to feel stable. If they don't have a lot of money, they'll go off the rails. They need to feel stable and secure, and their environment needs to be stable and secure. Also, moon rules the environment, so kind of, yeah, everything needs to be peaceful and non-confrontational, Venus-like in the moon, if that makes sense. Then you've got Virgo rising, moon in Virgo. Moon in Virgos are very logical, but very sensitive at the same time. It's very strange. So they they can be quick to criticize other people, but they don't like criticizing themselves, and they will point the finger at other people quite a lot. But if this is expressed really well, they're really great workers, they're really good at organizing things, and they have a very strong work ethic. They also are really good at helping people with their problems. If it's expressed really right, they can kind of sort people's lives out, which is good. Their environment has to be very clean, very tidy. If they don't have structure, they're going to go off balance. Then you've got Capricorn Moon. Capricorn Moons are very hard to grasp. I think it's not exalted, it's the opposite of exalted. It's not happy. The moon's not happy in Capricorn, basically. If your moon's in Capricorn, then your emotions are like locked up in like a vault and it's really hard. Even though moon and Capricorn may feel a lot, they will avoid feeling certain ways, or they will I don't know, they just hold a lot in, and they don't express a lot of their feelings because they're very complex. It's a very complex moon placement, and they need things to be a certain way, and they need people to be in their lives for a certain amount of time for them to express how they feel. Don't feel like you can't hurt these people's feelings, because you can. You know, you can hurt their feelings, but also a big thing for them will be career and their drive. They have an amazing ambition and drive in career that will help them along the way, and if they've got a good career going for them, it will help them with their emotions. I'm going to do air signs next. So air signs, if you have Gemini moons are very intellectual. They need information to process their feelings. They usually need, so for example, they might use astrology or just different sorts of information they will like bombard themselves with information to make them feel better about their emotions. Their emotions can just be very changing, and that can sort of be hard. Moon and Geminis, it's a hard placement because you can feel everything at one time. I'm sure they feel quite overwhelmed a lot. Their environment has to be quite communicative. They need to be able to talk about how they feel. If they're shut up and if they're not given the space to talk, then that can be hard. They need a creative outlet as well, or some sort of outlet where they can express themselves through a communicative way, so they can let their emotions out, whether that's a journal, whether that's through studying, I don't know, they just need something to let it out. Then you've got Libra, moon in Libra. My mum has moon in Libra. Moon in Libras, they can be really, really fair and they're very simple people, if that makes sense. They really, really need a stable, peaceful environment to feel peaceful inside. Libra rules the 7th house is other people, so moon in Libra is a really hard space to have because your moon is your emotions, but kind of Libra is about other people, so it kind of, you're really affected by your environment and the people around you in how you feel, because you care a lot about other people. But you can be intellectual about your emotions, and you can sort of like always put other people before you. And I think that's something that they need to learn. They need to learn to be a little bit more selfish. Then you've got Aquarius, moon in Aquarius. I've got moon in Aquarius. I seem to intellectualize a lot of my emotions. And I'm sure a lot of other moon in Aquarius do. I either do not feel anything or I feel something too much. So that's something I'm trying to learn, is that you know, there's a balance. It's okay to feel, and I think moon and Aquarians, they feel scared to feel, and that's what creates this extreme. It's either like I'm numb, I'm dead, like I have no emotion, or it's like the other way around, where I'm like drowning in this shit basically. So it's good to find the balance, but you do intellectualize your emotions. Moon in Aquarius, I do it for astrology, I do it for Myers-Briggs personality type. I will research the shit about how I feel and that's okay because it helps me process it, but sometimes And I've definitely learned recently I need to sit and just be in it, and then I can look at it. Sometimes you've got to just be in your emotions, and the moon will put that on you tenfold. Lastly, the water signs. So Cancer moon in Cancer, it's a very, very watery placement because Cancer rules the moon rules Cancer, blah blah blah. So when it's together, you feel everything. So wherever the moon is in currently, let's say the moon's in Aries or the moon's in Scorpio in the sky, and you're a moon in Cancer, you will feel it more because you're extremely sensitive to kind of the rhythms of the universe that make the rhythms of the moon. Or if you're a woman in the monthly cycle, you will feel it go up and down, so your emotions can be a bit like this. A bit like moon in Aquarius, it can be very sporadic, it's the same sort of vibe. But you care so much about everyone, and you're very kind and caring and loving. You can be also, though, very overly sensitive, and that's something that you have to work on. That's something that you have to kind of create a thicker skin, and not in a sense where you close off more like a crab. You've got to create a better sense of foundation and a better sense of confidence that you're a good person. And it doesn't matter if that person says something to you. Don't just like get kind of cold and kind of what's the word? Kind of shut off again. Just go, do you know what, that's their opinion, but I'm not like that. Do you know what I mean? That's what Cancer has to do. Environment, has to be a very soft environment, somewhere where they can nest. Moon in Cancer parents, I feel like they nest really well. And then you've got Moon in Scorpio. Moon in Scorpio is a hard placement to have, so everything is felt very intensely, very deeply, very transformative. So they seem to go through a lot emotion-wise, and it takes a long time to pass because Scorpio teaches you a lot of fucking lessons. Pluto teaches you a lot of lessons. So very intense, very deep, maybe very like torturing feelings. If you're sad, you feel like crippling sad, and then you can indulge in a lot. You can have really crazy dreams. You can be very psychic with it, or you can be or you can go the other way and you could be into drugs and to escape because you just feel everything so much. Incredibly good at reading people as well. They can read people right off the bat. Very deep, very emotional people, much more than they come across. They come across quite tough. The last but not least, you've got Moon in Pisces. Now Pisces is very evasive. Pisces wants to move away from anything that's too crazy, even though they feel everything, and that's why, because they feel everything, and it's just, they're the last of the zodiac, so they're just like everything thrown together. So when you put it in the moon sign, they're incredibly dreamy, incredibly creative people with like this immense ability to just help people, whether that's through creativity, counseling. They can be very good. They're very like humanitarian people, but it's a very musical sign as well. A lot of famous people have this placement. The negatives of this, you can escape. You can kind of also deceive yourself with your emotions. Like if you're feeling sad, you'll just escape from it. So it's an escape placement. Don't go and escape basically away from your emotions. You've got to feel it. And do you know what? Like, it's amazing that the moon and water signs anyway, and it's sort of some moon and air signs, that you can feel a lot. So embrace that, you know? Don't let the world turn you hard. That sounded so wrong. Just be soft. No, it's not soft. Just be soft to the world. You know what I mean? And that is the end of the video. I hope the noise isn't too bad, and I'm going to be doing more regular videos. I'm really kind of down to do that, so I'm sorry I've been behind, but yeah. Bye guys!